What up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of the Starks Podcast. Super proud of the Starks Podcast, and we appreciate you guys for following, liking, and sharing all at the same time. We have some special guests in the building, so get your nuggets ready. Literally. Stay tuned. What up, y'all? Got B Starks in the building. Got some special guests here, man, and some of them about to fly out. Notice that, we got some ice in the building, so we got to make sure that the ice speaks for itself. I'm like, bro, what is popping in here? My man came in with some rims on. And shout out to bro. This is his second time being here. So introduce yourselves, let them know exactly what you got going on, and welcome to the show.
Oh man, happy to be here, man. Dr. Kevin K.O. Cates, Grammy nominated multi platinum music producer, founder of my nonprofit Bridge the Gap, which Megan Good, the actress, and myself teach kids character building and life skills through hip hop music. And of course, founder of KMG Studios, which is in Atlanta. We have a 30,000 square foot film facility, rent out movie equipment to Tyler Perry and a lot of other people. And most importantly, right now, also Human, which is my new project, and a whole movement for men and mental wellness, and just through music, and it's a book, and it's a whole workbook, whole movement that we're doing.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations on all your success, bro. Shout out to you.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. One time, man. Let everybody know who you are, brother.
Hey, what's going on? David Wren, controlling member of Prosperity Mint and Heavy Lead Holdings, full service precious metals dealership, and going to be the first owned and controlled black depository in this country, in the world for that matter.
For
So,
those who don't understand that,
right.
do you mind breaking it down? Because that's like, you need to kind of,
Yeah,
to the T, how does that work? What is that?
like for the layman's, and for someone, you say, okay, what is that? So basically, we're like a bank where it's a depository where you go and deposit your cash, but we don't accept cash, right? Because that's a currency. We accept God's money. So our depository is a depository for gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium, the precious metals, God's money. So
Got it.
we are we're the money bank.
The
Is
money
basically
bank. So they come in, they bring the coins, they bring their precious metals to you, and you hold it for them?
right. So what happens is just that it's a secure holding facility for valuable assets such as gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and rhodium. That's what we're going to accept. We're not going to accept some of the other assets, but that's what our overall holdings is going to be
Shout out,
established
man.
in.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you,
That's
brother.
huge.
You're a big part of it. Everybody
Listen,
here,
man.
KO,
Yeah.
Brian, everything.
Appreciate you,
So
man.
no,
Shout out.
it's a big part of it.
And of course, we got our guest with the honor, you know what I'm saying, is really rolling out. I think the reason why we're here. B Starks, man, go ahead and kick it off. Let everybody know what you got going on and what we got to look for.
Yeah, first off, I want to shout out to my man KO. Appreciate your presence, my brother. And all your success. Shout out to my man Dave Wren. It's been a pleasure to be able to work with and be able to be on this platform with these gentlemen. I wouldn't be here without these guys. And shout out to you.
Yeah.
Shout out to you for doing the
Appreciate you,
thing.
For sure.
Definitely.
So I always want to celebrate my brothers and sisters that's out here doing it because as African Americans, sometimes we don't celebrate each other enough for the success that we doing. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to shout out these brothers and shout out to you,
Yeah, appreciate you,
for
man.
for everything that's going on. It's a great time to
Yeah.
be in cybersecurity. It's a great time for the movement, and it's definitely a great time for assets and precious metals.
Yeah, big time. And
That's
so,
true.
let's talk about it. So Dave is actually a client
Yeah,
of
David.
yours.
Yep.
So for people to break it down on the cybersecurity side, let's just ask a really cool question. Why would Dave need you?
Why would Dave need me? I'm gonna let the man himself answer that
Yeah,
question.
break this down. Why? So if you're wondering, do I need cybersecurity? What's the big deal? Who is cyber? What's going on? Is RoboCop last year with the shock still coming through? What's
Right.
going on? Like, so why would somebody need this cybersecurity like
You know,
yourself?
Dream is real important because in different businesses that you have to mitigate all of your, you know, your liabilities and your threats, right? And so cyber is a big, big, big part of today's overall commerce and just our lifestyles. It's a part of our culture now. So because of that, you have some, you know, people that like to, you know, you got some side-eyed people and some, you know, people that like to do things on the criminal side.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, and because there's a criminal nature and a criminal element to everything, and we need to protect our homes, we need to protect our bodies, we need to protect our minds, and we definitely need to protect our
Mm-hmm.
businesses. And so with Brian, that's so important to do that. And it's just been a pleasure for him to be the person that we rely on for our cybersecurity. So
Mm.
it's critical for us, especially the infrastructure, because we have to protect our clients. We have a lot of sensitive, you know, information. Our clients' information is sensitive. Our overall policies and procedures are sensitive. So you need someone that's going to be in that space that can offer you that overall threat mitigation, and that's what happens with Starks.
Be taking over his project. What have you kind of learned and seen? So, I mean, there might be some other banks that probably need to hear this same thing, right?
Yeah.
What are the things that we need to look for in the cyber world where we, you probably learn with Rand and his testimony is here for you.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that you're seeing and we all need to pay attention to with this?
I think most importantly with Dave is that each client that we've been able to help is a learning experience, but most importantly, being able to share that knowledge, the hands on, with others that we're teaching on a weekly basis. But specifically for Dave, it was the infrastructure itself. Just his infrastructure and how it's laid out. Everybody's space is going to be different. Anywhere from the cabling, the networking, and then testing, all the things that he needs in order to operate his business. So and just learning his business.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to not only being at the facility, but learning his ways and the things that he does. And that's what I love about working with different people is we get a chance to build something together and build a solid security. Because most importantly, it's the physical security, and most people think, "Oh, well, cybersecurity. I want to
Right.
do hacking," but no, it's the basic fundamentals. It's the little things.
Gotcha.
Even with things that KO you got going on, you're needing some type of security or some type of networking with the joint ventures that you're doing. I mean, we all need it.
Hmm.
I need it, you need it, we all need it. And I think Dave touched bases on home security, and that's kind of where it starts. So we talk about our business, we talk about our assets, our data. That's our home, and that's the foundation.
And it's not until we don't get stuff like this until it hits the fan,
Hmm.
right? So what are some of the things that KO need to look out for when it comes to hitting fans? Shout out to KO. I don't know what you and Rand is in the kitchen cooking up, but I keep on seeing. Last time I seen you was when I seen him, and I'm like, okay, y'all boys is in the kitchen
Oh
cooking,
yeah,
and I smell the
absolutely.
seasonings.
Yeah.
What y'all first of all, what y'all got cooking up, man? Is it just like you shout it out? What we doing?
Kale,
What you got going
Man,
on, bro?
it's huge. It's
Let's
huge.
talk about it, man. Let's speak it into existence. Let's manifest it.
I mean, it's just been a blessing. Even me and David crossing paths, and how it works. Like when there's certain things that he's been building his whole life, and then there's things I've been building, and then there may be certain connections and relationships that I've had, but not knowing where to connect them, but they're good. And then when the Most High brings it all together, it's like
Bridge.
pieces of the
The
puzzle.
bridge comes through.
So
Hmm.
as I saw all the great things that David was doing, I also saw a lot of great things to where I could also collaborate, and we can become even bigger and do a lot of greater things. So
Gotcha.
and you know, for us, collective prudence is so important. I will tell you this that our overall birthright will never ever be achieved until we have the collective prudence of our will of each other.
Mm.
So our prosperity is really, really connected to our collaboration with one another,
Yeah.
our birthright. We will never see the fulfillment of our birthright
Yeah.
until we have that collaboration.
Yeah.
That's our prosperity. The birthright is there,
Yeah.
but it will never come to fruition until and the prosperity won't come until the collective prudence is the glue.
That's so powerful,
So
man.
that's what we have with KO, with Starks, with you,
Yeah.
and everyone else that we try to we try to do business with. It's about our overall collective
Man,
prudence.
listen, man, I'm gonna try one more time, man. Man, what y'all got cooking up, man? What's good? That was the
Oh man.
greatest political answer. Look, man, when two people come together, we get
Right.
the bridge. Shout out to the
Hey,
bridge. We
man.
on the bridge. What is it? Look, give me a preview. You know, look, just, you can't give me the whole
So
thing. I
like
got it. I got it.
yeah,
You know,
like KO said,
give me the
is
preview.
it's
Like,
it's a
listen.
it's a real collaboration of our talents and our abilities, and KO's talents and his abilities coming together to actually bringing about what our birthright is, what his overall calling is, what my calling is.
Gotcha.
So that's really what it is because if you really think about it, each and every single one of us, right? Each and every single one of us are talented individuals with unique capabilities
That's
that are
real.
intrinsic to
That's
our
real.
survivability.
That's so true.
So KO, Starks, you all, everyone brings their unique talents and ability
Yeah.
for our overall collective arrivement,
Yeah.
and that's really what it is. And
It's all
so
good.
when you
At
get with
least,
good
I
people,
mean, I tried twice. Hey.
yeah,
All right.
You're not gonna. That's fine.
I give you a little nug, a
That's
little
all I'm trying to
extra.
get.
All right, so
I tried twice.
so
My boy hit me with the Obama.
I sprinkle a little bit.
Yeah, give me it.
Well, one thing for sure, the awareness on the importance of precious metals at this date and time
Yeah,
more than ever, with the dollar just depreciating to nothing,
for sure,
and we're typically the last ones to know
for
everything.
sure.
And with my relationships amongst the hip hop community and all of my peers that I produced and worked with, from everybody, you name it. I've sold over 30 million records. So I produced for your Ti, Jay Z, Ludacris, Snoop Dogg's, Lil Babies, Gucci Man, Jeezy, you name it. NBA YoungBoy. I've worked with everybody, and there's a certain respect level from not just what I do musically, but what I do outside of music on the entrepreneurship
Yeah,
side of
for sure.
doing film. We're building a city in Atlanta, Georgia, on 86 acres. There's a lot of different things. So certain artists and people come to me and they're like, okay, I need to get in with what you doing, what I need to be doing.
Got you.
And so the awareness of understanding precious metals and coming to prosperity and actually exchanging out some of this fiat for some real money
Nice.
and being in a better situation,
Got you.
and also bringing in some of the global connections to take things to another level.
Gotcha. See, Rand.
what? That's
That's all we wanted. Just a little.
yeah,
See, from that we could be like, God, you can come with whatever you want from that.
right,
But is we got a little sauce from them. So I
right.
appreciate the
But
sauce.
it's also for KO for what he's doing. His human project
Yeah.
is. I think that for me personally, I told KO, I said, yo, bro, this is the most important hip hop rendition and album ever
Oh wow. Yeah.
together because it's a masterpiece. It's really what hip hop and what our overall cultural frequency is about because it heals. We've been too long,
Yeah, for sure.
too traumatized, too
Sheesh,
attacked,
you're right.
too assaulted with frequencies for too long.
That's real.
And
That's real.
so us coming together for what he does and what I do and what we do,
And bridging it through.
it's something
That's
that's
called bridging the
eternal.
gap, man. Y'all
Yeah.
bridged it literally. There was a gap right there, bridge
It's,
it, and now y'all put it together. I
it's
think
bridging the gap. His company.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love, and I told KO this the day we met, his music it's a message, it's a power that is to bring us all together. And I think his song is a testament to what's actually happening in this room right now.
Yeah.
I met Ren through a mutual friendship, and we instantly hit it off. And he
Yeah.
told me straight up, man, I've been looking for you. Then I meet KO, and KO was like, yo, I need to get up with you on some things. And then here you come along,
Yeah.
and then the connection. But every space, every dot
Yeah.
has connected and led us to this point, and now we doing business together. But as Ren and I talk about day in, week in, week out, it's not about the money. If you're trying to chase the money, you ain't gonna get nowhere. It's
No.
chasing the relationships and the
Yeah. I
opportunities.
just said that on the
And
drop the
that
other
was,
day.
yeah, and that was day one. Me and Ren for life.
Right.
Then you and I had the conversation.
Yeah.
It's very similar to
Yeah.
that. It is just a testament, and I'm sure KO and I will probably get up on some stuff later on. But
Absolutely.
but like David said, it's the frequencies that we're generating on a different frequency right now. And KO's music is, shout out to KO and his production and the things that
Appreciate
he's
it.
done. And shout out to you, my brother, for the Grammy. How many time Grammy award winner?
Well, we got I did Why You Wanna for Ti.
Yeah,
Why You Wanna
yeah,
go and do that? So that one got some, and then I won some Billboard awards and different
yeah,
other kind of awards. But yeah,
yeah. But shout out
yeah,
to you, man, for
appreciate
all
Hold
the
on, Paul, hold on, hold
success.
on, hold on, hold on. You know,
Look
come
at
back, come back, come
it.
back, come on. Hey, well,
him.
this whole thing. This is how we a couple of just whatever.
But that's
I
really
love it.
KO.
No,
That's KO.
That's
no, I love it because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I be doing the same thing. Hey, Dad, you did, yeah,
Right,
couple thousand people came to the event. It's nothing.
right, right.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
B, and I'm gonna ask both of y'all, because I don't know if y'all knew this. Okay, or did you know this? I know you probably know. So B has a school online that he teaches cybersecurity. So it's a 2 month. It's a 2 month course,
Mm-hmm.
and he's putting these people into jobs, starting them off for 80,000.
They starting off at 80,000
What's
or higher.
what's your opinion on that? I mean, is this something that is it needed or is it? Where do you think we're going from there? Because I'm always looking at. That's why shout out to the EV. The Escalade just dropped.
Hmm.
They bid it on it. The Escalade EV, bruh,
Mm.
just dropped. That boy got 460 on it. That means the battery is 460. So I'm a nerd. So I'll be like, okay, what's new? What's the latest? So with this, the school where you can go online anywhere, so they can go in anywhere, right?
Anywhere from Atlanta
And then you
to
put them in the job.
yeah. So we this every other week. So I did a partnership with a shout out to Echo Select. Been working with the recruiters there, the staffing company. So they jump on the calls.
Hmm.
They mingle with everybody, and she gives out her contact info, and she's letting them know, yo, when you're ready, let me help you get your resume together. What Brian is doing for you, and then we're gonna get you out here and place you in jobs.
What's your opinion on that? Because I know y'all kind of keep your ear to the street on it.
I'll tell you, it's critical. There's a difference between being schooled, right, and having an education.
Ooh,
It's a big difference between being schooled and
for
having an
sure,
education.
for sure.
In today's economy, if you have an education over schooling, you can go to school. A dog can go to school. It's called obedience school,
Yeah,
right? You can go to school. Nothing wrong with going to school. But just because you go to school doesn't mean that you're going to have the tools
boy,
to be able to build
boy,
generational wealth
boy.
or even sustain yourself,
Ooh,
right? Because you're really just regurgitating what you've been taught,
that's very true.
right? There's a big difference between schooling and the education. It's critically important what Brian is doing, what Starks is doing, because of this. Now these individuals have learned a trade. It's a
Yes.
vocational trade that they've learned. If you notice, they've gotten rid of all the vocational schools.
Yep.
There's a reason, because they want slaves,
Mm.
right? If you don't want a slave, teach someone
Bruh.
how to fish, and they will never steal your fish.
That's real.
So, what the importance of this is now these individuals can go anywhere in the world and work. The economy will never tell them where to be. They will always tell the economy what to do. They don't need the economy needs them.
That's powerful.
Right.
So that's my take on
Yeah.
how important in the significance. Everyone you have to learn a life changing and a life saving trade. That ability can never be taken from you.
I didn't know they can make that much money in it. Now
If-
when he told me he's starting them out, you come to school in 2 months. and you starting out at 80 racks. That's
That's crazy.
that's crazy. I mean, what's your take on it? Because
I mean,
you're in and out, right? So you're on this side and you're on this side. You're looking at what's going on, where the economy is going, the shift and stuff like now.
I mean,
What's your opinion on it?
I think it's brilliant. Like my son just graduated. I need to hook him up with you. I think it's so needed, especially at a time to where AI is in position and people, the typical jobs that don't require thinking are being replaced. You know, you can't just go work at a grocery store no more. You don't need you don't need cashiers. There's things that you can't just take the comfort route and just think you're gonna make it. But the more you're learning about, a trade like that, that's always gonna be needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Always.
Always, especially
Yeah.
where we're going.
Yep.
Yeah, and then slam them through, and then you're actually teaching them a little AI as well. You want to
Yeah.
speak on that? How your course goes?
Yeah, so we're teaching the foundations of security, and I apply that to relationships because each one of us has relationships, whether it's marital, whether it's with someone, a significant other, or even with family, or just children. You know, cybersecurity can apply. You can apply the foundational pieces to relationships because we want to protect our relationships. We want to protect our friendships, our business partners.
Yeah.
So it goes hand in hand with just everyday life, and that's how I actually break it down. Now, Kale made a great point that I want to touch on. AI is here. It's been here for 70 plus years,
Sure.
and we
Wow.
never even knew it. We never knew.
Sure.
But the thing about AI is, right now we are on the world's most hugest, only technical shift that the world has ever seen. So eventually, what I try to tell people is start getting ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Dave and I talked about it. We want to get ahead of the curve so that we're not behind the curve. It's similar to, with precious metals. You want to get in while things are good, but don't wait the last minute to get in because then you just wasted your money and your time. So it's the same way with cybersecurity, and Kay, I'm sure you probably could agree with it as well with your, with all the success that you've had. So, AI isn't replacing jobs. It's the person that created AI, that's managing AI, is the person that's taking jobs. So it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. But we definitely are teaching AI, making more people aware of it because AI, probably in the next year or so, everything is going to be some type of AI more than what it is now.
Dave, educate us on something. Had a question for you. I've always wanted to ask. Now that you're open this stuff up, and now he's securing it, which is great.
Right.
'Cause now you're literally, I can now it's making sense to me. I'm like, oh, I get it now. Because what he's gonna have in this building
Mm-hmm.
is like Fort Knox at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why are we taking our metals
Mm-hmm.
and bringing it to you versus just not put it in a shelf or a safe at the house? Like,
Yeah.
educate us to understand why we all need to be. Hey, look, you need
Right.
to take this over here
Right.
because educate us on that.
Well, a couple of things. And everyone should have God's promise, right? At home. You should have it on yourself at all times.
Mm-hmm.
You should have it in your home. You should introduce it to your children, right? But as you start to save more and you start to accumulate more, it's so valuable that now you want to get it as you start to accumulate it out your home and get it somewhere that's safer, right? That you have access to. Very important. And this is a very important relationship because the thing about the precious metals is that most people don't know you can't own it. You can't own the precious metals. There's no person. I don't own precious metals. You don't own precious metals. Starks doesn't own precious metals. KO doesn't own precious metals. What it is that you may have control of it because your gold necklace, what it happens is that you could put your name on it. You can put your social security number on it. But if I put fire to it, guess what's going to happen to that name, that social security
Gonna
number?
melt.
It's going to melt out and I can reshape it into anything else. So with us, as you start to accumulate a certain amount, it becomes where you now need to protect it and have it insured and have it in a place that you trust, that you have a relationship, that overall metals being there is now working for you and not working against you. Because one thing about metals is that real money has weight. Real money has weight.
Mm.
You start to accumulate stuff, that stuff gets real heavy. So you need a facility that could actually hold the capacity, protect the capacity, while you still control it. And so that's why our depository is going to be critically important to people in general, but particularly our tribe, because there's a reconnection that is going to happen with our tribe, and we're going to be here to help to facilitate that.
Let's talk about something practical, because that's interesting to me. Because I think I asked B Starks, and we were both trying to like, yeah, we need to ask Rand, how does this work? So once the gold metal goes in there, does it compound? Do we get more money because it's in there? Is it the bit like so? Let's say my man Ko says, you know what, bruh, I think I'll give you all this that's on my neck right now.
Right,
Because right here on my neck is worth this. But
right.
is it worth more in your spot, or is it the same?
So, KO, I guess he was going to be persistent on finding out some of the stuff
Right.
we're
Some of the
we're,
stuff we're
we're
doing.
doing. So I'm gonna let KO answer that
I mean, we need
that
to
one
listen. Watch this.
because he
He
was
needs to
persistent.
know.
He wanted to know what y'all
There
cooking.
is
So
somebody
tell him,
looking
KO,
at
some of the
this
things that we're
right
cooking.
now that's like,
Okay.
bruh, you know what? Here, take my piece of trade.
Right.
You can
So
go ahead and have it.
so the key of it, bro, is it's weird. Although in another life, I mean, well, not in another life, but technically, aside from doing other things, I've been purchasing gold and silver and overseas, in Africa, bringing gold, diamonds, things back as well, and it was one of those things to where through the relationships and other things, we've come together, and I brought some resources that does exactly what you're saying, to where as those metals sit, we there will be a quarterly dividend that can be dispersed out for your metals just sitting. So
There we
now you
go.
can put it in your safe, but then keep in mind when people start really getting deeper in the Constitution, we are all with social security numbers and birth certificates property of the government. So at one time in history, which history repeats itself, when America needed the gold, they kicked your door in and said, "Thank you, I'm taking this gold. You take this paper money, but we taking this gold because you can't own it anyway, and you're property of us anyway."
Yo,
So with
okay.
that being said, you want to have it somewhere secure, insured, and at the same time be able to make something off of it.
Man, do you know how valuable you just saying that is? Like, and I'm gonna tell y'all just from the marketing perspective of whatever y'all in the kitchen with.
Hmm.
Y'all need to be educating people as much as get. I know some of this stuff's like, okay, not yet. We're still in the kitchen. Still
No,
making
we're
sure.
cool. We're
Yeah.
Okay, because there's somebody that's literally looked at that right now, and they about to call you like, bro, I got 3 pieces of change, and I got a grill about to take out. Go take this, melt it down. So with that being said, how can they get in contact with both of y'all? Let's go ahead and start with you. How they can get in contact with you?
Well, anything on the precious metal side, I'm prosperity man all day. I'm
That's
tied in,
good.
partnered in. So that would be on David's side of how they would get up with us. As far as for me, on anything music wise, or the Human Project, I would advise everybody to go to our website, which is human, but it's humen.me, human.me, and become a part of that movement. As well as that, my social media handles is KHAO Music. So on IG and everything else is KHAO Music, and yeah, go from there.
Let's go. And Ren, how can they get in contact with you, brother? Because somebody's putting up their piece of change right now.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So you can definitely go to our website, prosperitymint.com. Instagram is prosperitymint as well. And then you can email me, David, at prosperitymint.com. Real easy.
All right, welcome back to the Sparks Podcast. And listen, we got some friends and family. And if y'all didn't hear it the first time, because I want to make sure that we give y'all value, Prosperity Mint is in the building. Shout out to you, brothers.
Thank you.
So you brothers are partners.
Yeah.
Shout out to the partnership. How can they get in contact with you one more time? Because it's somebody scrambling. They're trying to get a pen. They're trying to get their notes out.
Right.
Because y'all just learned what's happening.
Yeah.
What I heard, I might have heard it the wrong way. So correct me if I'm wrong. That you could take your piece and chain, take it to prosperity, and it's going to have dividends. It's going to make money while it's in there. Is this true?
So it is, but let me put it in the
Yeah,
full
break it down.
perspective.
Let's go.
So
Even Shantae said break it
you
down.
had talked about the grill and the chain. No, I think you should keep the grill, keep the chain,
Keep the grill.
keep the
in the
chain.
chain.
What you want to do is
No,
you
go
want
ahead.
to you can buy precious metals from us, bullion,
Okay.
coins, rounds, bars, ingots. You can buy those from us. Put it in our overall depository. There will be a minimum amount that you have to have accumulated. Because what I like to say, when you buy silver and gold, a lot of people say that I'm investing in silver and gold. No, you're not. You're saving in silver and gold. You're saving from the purchasing power of the dollar that you use to buy it. Now that dollar can't go to zero anymore because you converted it from a form of currency into money.
I got a question because I know somebody's trying to ask the question. So are you saying that y'all not gonna take the piece and chains?
No, 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 no.
Or I just want to make sure because there's some piece and chains sitting on the shelf right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Ain't doing
no.
nothing.
What every person should do is that how much do you love yourself?
Love yourself a lot.
Okay. So if you don't pay yourself,
Yeah.
how do you love yourself?
Mm.
You love Jordans, so you pay Jordan.
Mm.
You love food or you love a certain restaurant, so you go service that restaurant.
Mhm.
When you going to service yourself? Because as you get older, the things that you can't do, you're going to hope that you had a measure of savings when you were younger to fall back on.
Got it. Okay. All right.
So that's, if you really do love yourself and you love your family, show me what God says. Show me that you're true to what God says, right? And you're starting to save in his promise of your prosperity. So it's critical. So what you want to do is you want to buy the precious metals, start to accumulate it. Then you get to a certain amount. Then you can put it in our depository. And after you meet a minimum amount, then that minimum amount can now start to pay you for you housing it there. And it can be paid in cash,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be actually that overall payment can be converted into more metals that you now have.
What do, like for those? Because I know they're wanting to ask and they're asking now.
Yep.
Teach us what we need to do with our piece and chain.
Okay. So,
Not for a KO. Like we got piece and chain. We at the house.
yeah.
My man got the piece and chain. What are you going to educate? You're going to say you're going to walk up to KO and be like, "All right, KO, you got about $1 billion on your neck. I don't even
Right.
know what this equals right now.
Right.
I don't even know what I'm looking at. You should actually take this and melt it down or put it in here or
No.
put it over here.
No.
What does he need to be doing?
No.
And a
Okay.
lot of people that we rocking around, like, bro, really, you just need to take this.
So you can have your jewelry, right?
Okay.
That's an ornament of you, right? But what you really need to have is you have to have a savings, a measure of savings.
Got it.
So let's say you get paid. I don't care what you get paid. For me, I save at least 25 to 35% of everything that I make. So that means the first step to becoming wealthy is that you have to first become a prodigious saver. Until you learn to save and stop consuming, you'll never become wealthy. You'll be rich, but your ass won't be wealthy. So that's where you start. You start with your discipline. Start by saving. And what you want to save in, you can't save in a debt instrument. You can't save in cash. It's a currency. It's a debt instrument. It's losing purchasing power. You have to save in something that can never go to zero, and that's God's promise. The precious metals is one, land is another. There are different forms of money. You need to find those things that have intrinsic value that God put into place. That never goes broke.
Gotcha. So we need to go there, buy the metals, let the metals do what they do.
Yes.
What if we are learning now? We're learning.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need to do?
Yeah. So get paid whenever you get your paycheck, or if you have some cash, right, that you have as savings.
Put it to the side.
You need to take that cash, some of that cash, and you need to acquire precious metals, particularly silver right now is
Gotcha.
the best thing.
I heard the news.
Also, big one, you know the coins that you have in your between your cushions and at
Mm-hmm.
home and everything else. You know how they got those vending machines at the supermarket. Say, bring us your coins and we'll give you
Oh
cash.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's called what I call soft mining. They know that the coins are priceless and your cash is worthless. That's why they give it to you. What you need to start doing is keeping your coins
Mm.
and get rid of the paper,
Wow.
because
Bars.
your coins is a low grade form of money. A lot of them are in base metals. It depends on the value of the base metal or if it's precious metal.
Gotcha.
So the governments know this, because if you notice, the governments don't have cash. They
They
only
sure
have
don't.
money.
Uh, that's crazy.
They don't teach the citizens that.
Y'all,
So
hey, y'all going to school? It's right here. B Starks, man. Let them know exactly what to do. Number one, to become a client for Starks Cyber Worlds out there, and also let them know about, as far as being a student right now. What do they need to do to connect with you?
Yeah, you could go to starkstechnologyservices.com, fill out the intake form. We'll get it, review it, get back to you, leave your contact. You can always call us as well at 1-800-316-4606, or you can email us at support@starkstechnologyservices.com.
And Dave Rand, one more time, how can they get in contact with y'all?
definitely David at prosperitymint.com. Website is prosperitymint.com, www.prosperitymint.com.
Listen, man, we congratulations on all the things that you guys got going on. I love the partnership. KL, can't wait till you come back out here. I know you're about to catch a flight. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Dave Rand, proud of you, bro. Keep doing
Thank you,
your
brother.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Dream
RT and all
always.
the families. My sister Benicia Poole Watson for y'all. Y'all did an amazing performing the
Yes.
show the other day.
Yes.
Shout out to Starks, man. You doing your
Big shout out to
thing,
Starks.
dog.
Hey,
Congratulations, man. Let's
I'm
give my boy a round of applause for everything he's
Big
doing.
start.
Hey,
You know
I
what I'm
thank you
saying?
guys. I couldn't have done this without Ren.
Yeah.
He
Yes, you could. You do.
we've been there.
Yes,
But
we
one
have.
thing I want the people to understand is this is why this relationship is so important, because David can protect your assets where Starks can protect your data. And for everyone that has data, even KO got plenty of data. He mentioned his son was trying to, get into a school, so then that's the other piece of the puzzle there is David teaches you as well. So we shout out to Dave for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we try to teach you guys how to be wealthy, not how to be rich.
And on that note, y'all like, share, and subscribe on the Stars Podcast. Support my brother. If y'all know anybody right now that's want to change their situation, want to go online, check his school out. He's rocking it out. It's a 2-month course, and he's gonna get y'all job. Definitely support my brother. Definitely go holler at Prosperity Man if y'all need anything with the precious metals. And once again, get your man Dream with Dream Motivates. We right here motivating everybody's dreams one time at a time. Let's get it. This man, let us know how you like this show right here. Comment, like, and subscribe. Let's go.